So the following graph represents a one-to-one function of f of x. Determine the domain and range of the inverse function. So this function right here is f of x. So let's look at f's domain and range. So the domain and range here, well, the domain is all the defined x values. So starts from -1 and ends over here at 2. So the domain of this function is -1 to +2. Now the range is all of the defined y values. So the y values here, the lowest y value is right there at -6. The highest y value is here at +3. So my range is this set of values. So starting at -6 and going to +3 open. Now, the inverse, I could absolutely find an inverse. I think, we went through and talked about in class how, an inverse function reflects about the line y equals x. We could figure out an inverse function for this graph, and then we could get the domain and the range of the inverse function. But through all of that, what we learned is that the domain and range of the inverse effectively just get swapped. So now that we have the domain and range of the function itself, we just swap these two to get the domain and range of the inverse. So the domain of the inverse is going to be from -6 to +3, and the range is going to be from -1 to +2. So they just get swapped.